I want to say I'm sorry. I've been editing the footage and I've been noticing it's been pretty shaky. I don't know if it's this mount I have. It could be, I don't know. So I'm kind of just gonna try recording with just the camera and not the stand, see if that helps with the footage. I went into the settings of the camera. I don't know, I'm not a camera guy, I don't know. In today's video, I want to start fixing the Forester. Now, I'm not gonna get to the engine. I just want to have the Forester ready so I can get it safetied and at least on insurance and we can use it. I'm just not ready right now to pull the engine out. One thing that did happen is the other day this week, the Jeep came back. I don't know if I explained this, but my dad got the AC fixed in the Jeep and he got an oil change to the Jeep 3 days after. No longer had oil in the Jeep, got straight on the side of the road, engine was seized up. We had the Jeep picked up, it turned on. I doubt it's very healthy, but it did turn on. The shop that did the oil change is claiming that the oil pan rusted out. I find that hard to believe, so we're gonna give it a look. Let's start off. I wanna get under the Jeep, see what's up with it. I just know it's full of oil. That's all I know. Change of plans. I'm gonna have to put a hold on the Jeep. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll check it out and see what's going on. The reason for that is I need to jack the Jeep up to be able to even like see what's going on. I'm gonna go ahead, just go start working on the Forester. A little chilly, a little wet, but if I can at least get the rear end done, I'll be happy. So we got new front rotors, pads, ball joints, new rear rotors, parking brake shoes, and rear pads. I checked those, they look correct. I won't know if these are correct until I take the old ones off. But I did have to replace these because when I was looking at these, yeah, they're non-existent. I got everything from Parts Avatar. It's fairly affordable. I don't know. It's just a commuter car. As long as it's corrosion resistant, I'll be happy. I already started on the passenger rear side by taking off the rotors and pads. I got to take off their e-brake shoes. Before I do that, I like to take photos of this because once it's off, it's kind of hard to remember how it goes on. But honestly, it's not too bad. It's just, it could be a little finicky. So let me get these off, new side on, and then we can go to the other side. And we can at least drop the rear end, hopefully. Well, already ran into an issue, but I got it resolved. But basically, this is your rear e-brake mechanism. And there's a stud. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm going to call it a stud. It comes through the e-brake shoe, and then you could put this little arm thing through it and lock it in. This is the one that came with the new e-brake shoes. If I compare them, you could see the new one is quite a bit longer. So basically, I had to do what I had to do on the Legacy, which was hammer out the new one and put the original one back in. It's no big deal. Did it. Kind of annoying, but other than that, it should work. And I can go ahead and throw this in pretty quick. Hopefully, I don't know. So last night I got this side done. I ended up calling it a night just because it was raining and I was getting hailed on. And I don't want the camera to basically get damaged from the rain. So I decided to start working on the driver's side rear. And this side made noise, but when I removed the rotor, the actual brake pad or parking brake shoe fell right out. So that's pretty lovely. That explains the noise. I wasn't actually planning on showing this. I just was in awe, so I decided to show it. I thought it was interesting. But let me bang this out. As you can tell, it did get cold, hence why I'm not really recording. and it's just boring. It's basic brake job. It's nothing crazy to show. So let me get that done. If I can get it back together, I guess I'll show you at the end, but I'm sure I can get it done. You can probably tell by that this side has been kicking my ass. And it has to do with that ball joint right there. Bolt snapped off, hardened bit stuck in it. This sucks. This Forester has been completely kicking my ass, and let me show you why. So this is the one that was on the car. You can see I did manage to drill through it. Basically what I did was I took a cutoff wheel, cut through here, got that part of the bolt out, ended up completely drilling through, and you can see it's not very center. That was my bad on my part, but like I said, I was doing it when this was still on the car. I even like torched it. I did as much as I could to get this thing out. Put a big ass bull extractor in there, could not get it out for the life of me, so I pretty well gave up on this. But I went to my local pick and pull today, grabbed this thing. I think it was like 45 bucks. A little bit hit to the wallet, but it's not too bad. Everything should work. And actually at the scrapyard, I pulled the lower ball joint right out, which is what made me decide to even buy this thing, because I ended up getting it out. So I just want to clean this up a bit, make sure it's good to go. Other than this side right here, everything else is done. That rear one is done. I don't know if you could see it, a little blurry. This side is done, good and dandy, good to go. It's really easy to do. This side's done. The only bad thing about this side is there is some type of noise going on when I do have the car in drive. I removed the rotor and everything, and it seems like there's something is rubbing against the rotor. I'm guessing it's the parking shoes, but I think once we drive, it'll be good to go. Some other things I got from the scrapyard for the 5-finger discount was these mounts right here. This is basically goes into your alternator. This is going to be for the Legacy. I grabbed 2. Just because I didn't know which one was better, but they pretty much look the same. You'll see this in a future video of what I'm going to do with this, so don't worry about that right now. This actually we needed. The one that came with the Forester is broken, so I just pretty much pried it off because I couldn't get it. I'll try to take this off without damaging it. That'll be interesting. Just some bolts, whatever, because some of the bolts were corroded, so I grabbed some extras. So this right here is the driver's side vent, the defroster vent specifically. I grabbed this because I want to use it to take measurements and figure out an access port vent mount. After I did the Legacy GT vent mount, there seemed to be a lot of interest in the generation before my STI, which is the 08 to 14 WRX's STIs, and I think the Foresters as well. I'm pretty sure they're the exact same. The interior wise, they look the exact same. So I snagged one of these, going to use it to basically take measurements, and I'll try my best to create my own vent. Or my own vent mount. I think I'll be able to do it. Should be interesting. Don't hold your breath for it. This will take me a while if I do end up coming with one, but I think I have an idea to make it pretty clean and look a lot like the GT, which is right there. I did a pretty good job on that one. If you're interested in that, check out my old videos. I think I did a good job. I'm planning on making an Etsy for it, so if you guys are interested in that, keep your eye open for it. Eventually there will be an Etsy site, so you can buy that vent mount if you do want it. But enough chit-chatting, done chit-chatting. Let's start throwing the stuff in. Maybe real quick, I'll just throw this in because it's such an easy thing to throw in. So let's see how that goes. This car has done nothing except kick my absolute ass. Something that was supposed to take a day, maybe 2 days, ended up taking me a week and a half, give or take. I ended up getting on the new knuckle. Great, got that on. I ended up messing up one of the dust boots on one of the pistons. Then had to remove the caliper, basically rebuild the caliper. It's been a nightmare. I fully got it bled. I think it was like last night. Just been nothing but an absolute nightmare. So let me go ahead, get the wheels on, get the car on the ground, and explain one last thing. So let me do that real quick. As you can see, forcer's on the ground, everything is torqued up, good to go, except not quite. Well, something I wanted to do before I even dropped the thing off the jack stands is I wanted to weld up that exhaust. I think that's the best option to fix this thing rather than trying to find new exhaust parts, bolt them in. I think the cheapest and fastest way of fixing it is to weld it up. And I'm pretty sure I showed it in the past, so you guys know what it looks like. So I ended up getting myself an extension cord for the welder, and I also got a new flow meter. Perfect, it works, it looks great. When I went to go check the flow meter, I'm out of gas, so I have to get gas. So I'm at the point where I'm just thinking about just using the flex core and calling it a day. It's not like anyone's gonna be under there really looking at a show cart is a daily, and you know, there's already some jerry rig shit done to it that I don't like personally, but it's going to stay, it is what it is. Another thing is I have this giant mountain of wood behind me. The wood has to go in order for me to be able to, basically I don't have a plug in my garage that I can actually use the welder, so I'm gonna have to use the dryer plug. There is a window back there that I'm gonna shoot the extension cord through, and that should allow me to get the welder working and get the job done. But again, until that is moved and I got gas, I can't weld it. So we'll see, I might end up just doing the flux core welder if we need to get it safety, but right now it's not really a rush. We will see. We are gonna be swapping the engine. That's gonna be in another video. It's gonna be coming out of the blue Impreza, going into the Forcer. I'm pretty sure it'll work. I might have to change some things here and there, but pretty sure it will work. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. But the reason why I wanted this thing off the jack stands is I gotta do a few things. One, Jeep, I wanna raise it up real quick. I wanna see what is up with it. I want to see if there's actually a rusted out oil pan. I want to see just what happened and get a better idea why this thing ran out of oil and it's basically destroyed our engine. I might swap an engine into that. It wouldn't, you know, I just have to find one. It's a pain in the ass. I've only worked on Subarus, especially pulling out engines. I've never worked on a Jeep, but it is a good car. You know, other than the engine going, it's, you know, it's a good car. We feel bad getting rid of it. It was kind of like our workhorse, so we don't really want to get rid of it, but we'll see. Also, STI will then afterwards go up on jack stands. I got to flip the tires, so that'll probably be in another video. I got a bunch of stuff I got to do this car. You'll see it, but this will go on jack stands. I got to move around. Legacy has to get moved around. I got to do a bunch of stuff on this thing too, because it's going to be my daily. I'm going to be driving the Legacy a lot more than I thought I was going to be this summer. I got oil on the way, got to do that. Want to double check the transmission fluid to make sure everything is a-okay. Other than that, like, she's been pretty good. Haven't had an issue with the Legacy. I love it. I don't want to get rid of it anytime soon. I've been really enjoying it. It's a great daily driver, and it's fun to drive. That's a plus. So let me go ahead, quickly raise up the Jeep and see what's going on, just so I can see, like, you know, get a better understanding as to what I'm going to have to deal with. If we're going to keep it, if we're going to scrap it, whatever. I could also check the compression, but the thing was bone dry. I doubt the compression's going to have anything. Maybe we'll do that in another video. But let's jack her up real quick and see what we're looking at. I have it running right now. I don't see any oil like coming down. I don't see anything coming from the oil pan. If it was rushed it through, I feel like I should see it coming out. Nothing's coming out. The front is caked in oil. I don't get it. I'm wondering if it actually came out of the drain plug. I'm wondering if that wasn't tight, because there is nothing. And for it to be this oily and I don't see a single drop coming out, makes no sense to me. Not looking good at all. Considering we got the car back, and 3 days after getting it back, it was completely drained of oil. Like, not a drop was in there, and they're claiming the oil pan was leaking and it rusted out. I don't know, I don't believe it. I checked the oil, it's full of oil. I'll pull it out right now. Just to show you guys. You can see there's oil on it. So it definitely has oil in it. It's definitely running. It doesn't run, it doesn't sound good, so I think all the piston rings are gone, so we're gonna need a new engine if we do decide to keep this. I don't see any any oil dropping. Considering we had the car 3 days after we picked it up, and the front driveway, I found a bunch of oil on the ground, and it completely leaked out going from Toronto and back. I don't know. I would think a leak that bad, it should at least be dripping right now. So that's a little sus. Let me know what you guys think about this. I think it's a little sus. That's just me. I did pick up the oil pan. The oil pan is pretty flimsy. It definitely needs to be replaced. But I coated it in brake clean, cleaned it up. I don't see any oil coming out. Again, considering we lost oil in 3 days to where it was bone dry, I think that should be pouring out oil, in my honest opinion. But let me know what you guys think. I think it's sus. Let me know if you guys think it's sus. All right. Let's see what this girl can do. Oh, brakes are quiet. Ooh, girl. Ooh, they're nice. They're nice. Couple of locals just looking at me like I'm a weirdo. All good. All good. Ooh, yeah. Nice and quiet. Oh, it was so bad before. Before it was like scraping and grinding on everything. No, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I don't know if I explained this yet. This car is going to be going to my father, so I did want to make sure that everything is good. I am going to have to fix the exhaust. Don't worry, that's going to happen. Okay. Let's get her going. Let's just slam on the brake. She's quick. Okay, we're at 60. Oh yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Just gotta fix the head gasket, fix the exhaust, because it sounds bad. It does not sound good. And I would say that is a success. The car feels good, drives good. It's a little noisy. I've been trying to tell my dad to take the headers from the Impreza to put on this car, but I don't think he's very interested. Okay, she's safe and sound. I'm happy. Your brakes work. Oh, e-brake. Oh yeah, that's tight. Let's see if I go into drive. Obviously, if you give it gas, it's gonna move, but I don't want to break nothing, so I'm gonna leave it as that. But yeah, e-brake works. Happy about that. That's a wrap. If you guys enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and take it easy, guys.